Olá, seja muito bem-vindo ou bem-vinda ao Clube de Cinema de Duas Portas. Eu sou Bruno Albuquerque e eu entrevistei o James Ward Byrkit, o diretor de Coherence, e a gente conversou sobre vários assuntos. A gente conversou sobre coerência, mas principalmente sobre o processo de criação, como fazer um filme, como começar a fazer um filme sem ter um tostão no bolso, como fazer um filme sem nenhum tostão no bolso mesmo, assim, sem nem ter câmera. O cara nem tinha as duas câmeras que ele precisava, ele conseguiu uma segunda câmera, ele conseguiu os atores, chamou uns amigos pra atuar, chamou uns amigos pra fazer o som e tal, e ele fez uma longa-metragem que ele fala na entrevista que ele estava até alguns meses atrás rodando na China, divulgando o filme. O que isso é fantástico, gente. As possibilidades que esse filme abre para nós, realizadores de filmes independentes, é incrível. Isso nos mostra que é possível alcançar um estrelato, mesmo que limitado, mas um estrelato, ou conseguir novas oportunidades através dos nossos filmes independentes. A entrevista teve alguns probleminhas, eu acho que não sei se porque foi uma entrevista internacional, foi um Skype de Fortaleza, Ceará, Brasil, para Los Angeles, Califórnia, Estados Unidos. Tem algumas interferências no áudio, peço desculpas por isso, e também teve um blackout aqui, teve um apagão durante a entrevista. Então eu vou avisar durante o vídeo sobre o apagão, depois volta, tá bom? Então espero que vocês gostem da entrevista, ficou muito legal, deu um trabalhão legendar esse vídeo, então espero que vocês vejam até o final e não se esqueçam de se inscrever na lista para receber as atualizações do meu filme Reverberação, que eu menciono na entrevista com o James, que ele vai ver o filme e me falou que vai gravar um vídeo falando sobre o que é que ele achou sobre o filme quando estiver pronto. O link está aqui embaixo, se inscreve, coloca teu nome e teu e-mail na descrição desse vídeo, é de graça, você vai receber atualizações sobre o filme e o filme quando ele estiver pronto. Então boa entrevista com vocês, James Ward Byrkit, sobre coerência e o processo criativo de um diretor. Então, pessoal, seja bem-vindo à nossa nova entrevista do canal, a primeira entrevista internacional do canal. Eu estou com o James Ward Byrkit, that's the way I'm speaking correctly?
James Ward Byrkit.
Ok. E ele é diretor do Coherence, um dos meus filmes preferidos, um dos filmes mais comentados lá do canal, e a gente vai conversar hoje sobre o filme. So, James, Coherence is one of my favorite movies of all time. I really love the movie. The movie it inspired me to start my movie studio. I work with this today. I'm making movies. I'm making videos to companies here in Brazil. And your movie started this in me. I was in a time thinking about. I was not thinking about my future. I was not planning anything to my life, to everything I do. But I watched Coherence. I don't remember how I get the movie. I just watched it. I said, man, I can do this too. Make a movie with a good script, with good acting. You don't necessarily need a lot of money. You don't necessarily need the greatest camera, the market. You just need a good idea and you just need to go there and make a movie. So how did you start making movies? Because you made me start making my movies. So I would love to know how you started this.
Oh man, ever since I was a little kid, I loved, Star Wars and monster movies and all sorts of things, but I grew up in a small town very far away from Hollywood, so it just seemed impossible that I would ever do that, but I was always drawing, and I was always getting together with friends and trying to make little projects, and, just little by little, building little projects, homemade projects, probably like you do, and like kids today do for YouTube. But when I was a kid, we didn't have YouTube, so you'd make something, and nobody would ever see it.
Yes.
So then I went to school and studied theater design, but then I started sneaking camera equipment and started making my own little short films and got to know actors. And I really love actors. I really love working with actors. And so that was a big part of it. Is there's a lot of filmmakers who just love making the film and editing and everything, but they never really have the human connection with the actors. That was always very important to me, and understanding what's important to actors and getting a relationship. But I moved to Los Angeles because I just wanted to work in the movies somehow. And I started as a storyboard artist because I was drawing so much. I got hired to help other directors make their vision come true. So I would work during the day as a storyboard artist and then take the money and then make my own little projects.
Gabriel Lopez is asking you, what was the inspiration that made you create this movie, Coherence?
It started from a lack of money. I didn't have any money to make the movie, so I was thinking, all right, I really want to make a movie. All I have is a house
Mm-hmm.
and some friends that can act and a camera. And I just
One
said,
camera?
that's what
Just one camera?
I had a camera, but then I went to a friend who had a camera, and then we rented a camera.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really the beginning. Was how do you make something when you just have nothing? Just what's around you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the key: is not to write something that's so big it's never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
A car chase or a helicopter chase. And so I was just standing in my living room thinking, how do I make something interesting just in a living room? And I thought, well, what if somebody looked out the window and just saw themselves across the street? How freaky would that be? How really terrifying that night would be. Suddenly I just thought that could be a movie. That sounds like a really interesting, crazy thriller. And at first I thought it would be more of a horror movie, like a lot of dead bodies showing up. But the more I worked on it, the more I thought, no, it's just going to be a very psychological thriller, very realistic. I just wanted to do this experiment also having the smallest crew possible. What if it was just me and another cameraman and a couple of sound guys and a producer and nobody else. And that was really the whole crew.
So the next question is, Lauter is asking you what you believe that makes a good sci-fi movie.
Originality. Is it an original idea? Because a lot of science fiction concepts have been done already. Especially young people don't know that. And so they write something that they think is new, but it's actually been done 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they put it out in the world and they don't understand why people don't respond to it. And it's because
Mm-hmm.
it's not that new. If you're going to do science fiction, you really need to learn the history of science fiction so that you're not just repeating something that's already been done.
And not only in movies, but in books and TV shows and games too.
Exactly.
Denner is asking, what is your vision about the ending of Coherence? Because everybody have a different interpretation of that. In my channel, I made a movie talking about my interpretation, and in the comments, the subscribers talked about their interpretation. So what is your interpretation about the ending of Coherence?
Well, I have to be very careful because, like you just said, everybody has their own interpretation. So if I suddenly say what mine is, then that will make a lot of other people feel bad. And so I don't want to take that away from people. So I have to be very careful because once I made the movie was mine when I was making it, but once it's to the world, it's not mine anymore. It belongs to the fans.
Yes.
And your interpretations are just as valid as mine because it strikes you and it becomes part of you and it becomes meaningful to you. All I'm going to say is, for me, the ending is actually positive because the M that we have been following the whole movie may not have gotten away with what she thought she was doing. She was trying to insert herself into this other world. But now she has to find a new life and she has to start over and she has to have a new path. And I think she will be a better person for it. So I don't want to say any more because I don't want to take away from other people.
Your favorite directors that inspired you, not only in science fiction, but in every genres in movies? Sure,
I love Christopher Nolan, of course.
Did you like it, Interstellar?
Mostly. It's
Okay.
It's a very watchable film. There's obviously some things about it that kind of make people a little crazy. There are things that don't seem to be quite right. But I think it's a very entertaining movie.
Yes.
And great visuals. So you kind of forgive it.
The flaws.
Some of the things that aren't quite right. But I think he's a really original guy. He shoots things in original ways. He has big ideas. Terry Gilliam is a big inspiration. Stanley Kubrick.
Of course.
I love Julie Taymor. You know Julie Taymor?
No, I don't know.
She's an artist. She was a sculptor. She did Across the Universe. She did Frida. Just a very
I know
very
her movies.
creative.
I know her movies, but I didn't know
was her.
Yeah, she's great. Again, very artistic and a big vision. I love Alfonso Cuarón.
Me too. I really love
Amazing.
it. Gravity is awesome, but my favorite from his Children of Men. I really, really love Three Children of Men.
Beautiful. Almost a perfect movie.
Almost a perfect movie, that's right. Rodrigo is asking, Rodrigo Mendes, and it was it is one of the questions I was going to make to you, is I have watched Coherence a lot of times because I don't have movies like Coherence, and it's a movie that inspired me a lot. When are we going to get another movie, not exactly like Coherence, but a science fiction movie, a low budget movie from you about science fiction or not? When are we going to get it?
I wish I knew. I know. It's very difficult to get a movie made. I wish I could say tomorrow. I've been trying since Coherence came out to get another one going, but it's tricky, especially in the age of the internet.
Não acredito. Okay, Eduardo is asking you if you liked The Twilight Zone and if in some way inspired the movie, Coherence.
Yeah, I love Twilight Zone, and yes, definitely inspired the movie. Yeah.
But some episode specifically, or just the whole idea of strange things happen? Mm-hmm.
There's an episode called The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street that, has people freaking out because there's a comet overhead or something. So that maybe subconsciously influenced me.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't thinking of that, but it definitely was something I saw as a kid. But yeah, I think Twilight Zone is one of the most important science fiction pieces of work
yes,
of the last 100 years. Yeah, great.
In a kind of way, it's inspiring the Cloverfield series too, because every movie has a different storyline and they kind of not connect with each other, but there are some Easter eggs that connects and inspiring too. I'm talking about Cloverfield because in my channel there are a lot of videos about Cloverfield, and I didn't know that there are a lot of fans of this kind of movies, and Coherence too. There are a lot of people who really likes the movie here in Brazil. I didn't know this, and that's good. I believe, I don't know if that's the right term, but these underground sci-fi movies, that these different sci-fi movies, they have a lot of fans, not only here in Brazil, but in the whole world. What do you think about this? Do you believe that there's a lot of fans? What did you see from Coherence perspective when you did the movie? How did you, how did the public, the audience receive it?
Oh my gosh, we got an incredible response from the audience. Yeah, I think there's a hunger for this kind of movie. I think that especially young people who are very smart, they're looking for something creative to...
De novo, não acredito.
Eu ocultei uma informação de você. Na verdade, tiveram 2 blackouts. E eu só consegui falar com ele depois de 2 semanas. Então, agora é a parte que a gente corta para a entrevista 2 semanas depois.
Gabriel wants to know other movies with mindfuck endings you like.
Nothing particular. I just love kind of that genre. I love Christopher Nolan's movies, and I love Twilight Zone. But no, it wasn't really designed. It was just designed to be fun. It wasn't designed to be like, how can we screw with people? It was mostly to be like a fun house, to get people really confused, and then kind of lead them out of the fun house. So, yeah.
Eduardo asked about a sequel for Coherence, but I don't think this is gonna happen in any way. But you had some idea about it, or no, or not?
No, I mean, I wish I could. I wish I could think of something as simple, and I would. If I could, I would. Yeah. If I had an idea, I would absolutely.
A sequel from Coherence, a direct sequel.
Again, I don't think it's gonna happen because I don't have the genius idea for it. But if I had it, yeah, I love those actors, and so I would love if I had an idea that got everybody back together and like reanalyzed what happened that night, and maybe they had to recreate it somehow. So there was level. I don't know, but right now there's absolutely no plan for it.
Okay, so If you see the quantum physics like an direct interference in social life from people, or it was just artistic vision that you put in the movie?
I think I understand that question. The only thing I'd say in real life is that, micro changes or micro choices can create an entirely new universe.
Yes.
And so that's the connection between quantum physics and social interaction.
The next question is how hard is to write a script that can balance the explanation and the implicit at the same time?
Very, very hard.
How many time did you
hard.
spend
It's
writing the
funny.
script? How many time did you spend writing the script?
Well, we don't have a script. There was no script. It was just a little outline of 10 pages. So there was no script. There was just notes that we gave the actors, every day that they would know. But in the editing, we really had to work on, how much science to put in and how much, just the drama, the melodrama of it. And it's funny because some people say, gosh, your movie is it's so sciencey, there's so much science. But the funny thing is, there's only 50 seconds, I think, of talking about Schrodinger's cat or whatever. The rest is just people, trying to figure out what's going on in their lives. And so you realize, if you have over 40 seconds of science talk in your movie, then, you're in danger territory. Because people are just oh, it's just for eggheads, it's just for nerds. So it's very difficult to balance it, yeah.
Okay, that's a good question, and it's a question that I make in every interview in the channel. Lucas asked, "What do you change it from the original idea to adapt it to the limits of the movie? Because you had no budget, you just made the movie with low budget. What did you adapt from the original idea to make it happen? Because you couldn't, or there was something you couldn't do because you have no money and you needed to adapt it to the movie."
Yeah, nothing was adapted. It was always designed to be low budget, so we didn't have to adapt anything.
Everything was thought, planning for the no budget movie. Everything.
Yeah, because that was the whole point, was starting from in the middle of my living room going, okay, we have no money. What can we do with no money? We have some actors and we have a camera. And so everything flowed from that starting point. So we didn't adapt anything. There was nothing that we wanted to do that we couldn't do.
You made a movie in your own house?
Yeah.
That house where you are right now?
No, it was the house I lived in right before this house. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Although there is another movie coming out tonight that we're going to see that was shot in the house that we shot Coherence in. It's called Gemini. That director lives in our old house, and he shot part of his movie there.
Great.
He told me he was inspired by Coherence, so he just...
I think a lot of people get inspired by Coherence.
Oh.
Man, in the next few days, I'm gonna record. I'm gonna make a movie, a short movie here in my apartment too, and it was kind of inspiring Coherence. I would love to make you see the movie. Could you see it if I send it to you?
Send me a link, yeah.
Great, that's fine. With Arrival from Denis Villeneuve and Annihilation from Alex Garland. Did you watch it, Annihilation?
I have not seen Annihilation yet. Yeah, I'm really excited to see it. I hope it's great.
I really loved the movie. Movies, some sci-fi, some hard sci-fi get remembered as a cult movies, like Arrival. It's celebrated until now, and others, they are just forgotten by the public. How do you see this?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
You think that there's no reason, or it's just the movie itself that makes this happen, or not?
Oh gosh, some movies just find an audience somehow. You know, Arrival had Amy Adams, and so casting is a huge part of it. But Annihilation is having a, that's not a lot of people know about that movie, even though Natalie Portman is in it. So even if you have a big name, that doesn't necessarily mean people are going to see it. I don't know. I wish if I knew, I would be making this movie. There's just a secret combination of things that come together.
Great. A studio, but I just make videos for companies and clients. I almost have no time to make parallel projects, and my great project is the channel, and it's going great, but I really wanted to make movies. So this week I just get crazy and I said, man, I'm gonna make a movie this weekend. I need to make a short movie. And I was in the shower, and I just thinking, how could I make a movie with no money, but like Coherence, because I really get inspired by Coherence, and because it's a low budget movie, and I think that's why the movie inspired us a lot, because we see the movie and we can, and we think I can make this too, and that happened to me in 2014. And this happened to me this week, and I said, man, I need a script. I need a 5-page script, just a really small movie, but I need to make it. And I was just in the shower, and I started to think, and if a guy wakes up in the middle of an empty apartment, my apartment's almost empty, and because I live here with my girlfriend and just us, and the living room is totally empty. So I think if we recorded the movie just in the living room, we can make it. And make it in a very low cost, and if the characters say if the apartment is empty and we just see the living room that it is empty, so we can make it believable. So I called some friends and I said, man, let's make a movie this weekend. This weekend? Are you crazy? Yes, I am crazy. Let's make a movie this weekend. And then I stopped a few hours. And I just started to write, and sometimes I get it stuck. But then I just started to write, and I finished the script. Everybody loves it, and we're gonna make it. And I believe it's gonna cost kind of $50, just some materials. And it's so funny. I'm just happy because it's happening, just to make the movie. I don't know if people are gonna like the movie, and I really don't care. I just wanted to make the movie, and I think that's the great idea behind this kind of movies we make. What do you think about it?
Exactly. I mean, that's so great to hear, because that is exactly the spirit that we made the movie in. I was so frustrated that I couldn't, make a real movie, and so frustrated that every time I would get close to getting somebody to help me or give me real money to make a movie, it would all the plans would fall apart. And I just got so sick of it. I said, you know what? I don't need anybody's help. I don't need permission to make a movie. I don't want to keep asking permission. Please, is it okay if I make a movie? I'm just gonna make it. I'm not gonna ask anymore. I'm just going to turn on the camera and make a movie. And that turned out to be the best thing I ever did in my life. And if there's one thing I hope that people could be inspired by, it would be that idea of just do it, and keep it simple to start out with, because I also had a lot of training. I've been doing this for years and years and years and years and years. So that's not quite the same. But anybody, like you said, could just get a camera today and get their friends over and make a movie. When I was a kid, when I was in school, you couldn't do that. There's no way to edit it. There's no way to develop it without spending thousands of dollars. So the technology today has allowed the new generation incredible potential to experiment, to take chances, to make a mess. It doesn't cost you anything. You can make a bad movie and you didn't lose any money. You can just train. You can just learn.
Yes, that's right. You make the bad movie, and that's just an exercise. And now you know how to not make a bad movie. I always think about it.
50 exercises before you're 22 years old, and the next generation is going to be such better filmmakers, because they will have so much experience by the time they're 25 that they will just be miles and miles ahead of the previous generation.
That's awesome. You think, as I said to you, that Coherence inspired me, and a lot of the channel subscribers said the movie inspired them to make their own movies. And you said that you have a friend that made a movie inspired by Coherence. You think that Coherence could have started something that, you know, it was a starting point to change the mind of creators and make them believe that they could make a movie? Because I was just stuck. I was living. I had no plans for my life, and I just watched Coherence, and it changed my whole mindset about making movies. And I said, "Man, I'm gonna work with this." And in the same year, I started to work with making movies for weddings and birthdays. But today, I'm the owner of my own movie studio. So. You believe that Coherence started this? You see the movie as a starting point for new filmmakers? Or no, you just think it was just a movie?
I hope what you say is true. I hear stories about it. I was in China a couple months ago because apparently the movie has a big following with young people in China. And people would come up to me in China and say the same thing. Like it inspired them to want to make movies and inspired them that they could be creative and do things that they never thought possible. And it was such an incredible feeling being halfway around the world and thinking, like, this thing that I shot in my living room that was so small, that was almost like a YouTube video, somehow got to this other country and got
Again, I just wanted to say thank you a lot.
You got it, Bruno. This is great, and good luck on your movie. Just keep making it happen.
That's great. Let's do it.
Thanks,
so,
my friend. Good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Thanks. Bye.
Valeu.
Gente, ele é um amor, não é, gente? Ai, meu Deus, esse homem é maravilhoso. Eu queria ter conversado mais com ele, quero ter mais oportunidade de conversar com ele. Não sei qual vai ser a desculpa que eu vou dar, porque a desculpa dessa vez foi a entrevista, mas eu adoraria conversar mais com ele. O cara transmite muito conhecimento, você vê que ele gosta do que ele está fazendo, você vê que ele gosta de pegar a experiência que ele teve e jogar para todo mundo. Então eu espero que você que viu essa entrevista até o final tenha curtido. Eu curti, eu aprendi muito, eu pude confirmar certas ideias que eu tinha sobre o processo criativo de filmes. E é isso, eu acho que foi uma experiência incrível entrevistar um cara tão talentoso, tão experiente quanto ele. Estou aqui na torcida por um novo filme desse cara. Vou tentar ver esse Gemini que ele fala, Gemini. E, enfim, foi uma experiência incrível. Não se esquece do Facebook, Twitter e Instagram do Clube de Cinema, tá aparecendo aqui embaixo. E não se esquece, principalmente, de você entrar no grupo de cinema de Duas Portas, o link também tá aqui na descrição, e você se inscrever na lista para receber as atualizações do meu filme Reverberação, que tá ficando foda. A gente terminou o primeiro corte do filme. Eu tô muito empolgado, ficou melhor do que eu esperava, a galera inteira tá muito empolgada, toda a equipe tá muito empolgada para ver o resultado desse filme. E tá um negócio absurdo, absurdo. É isso, um fortíssimo abraço e vida longa ao nosso cinema.